Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you are fine and healthy. I'm here to teach you English. And today's class, I will teach you a poem. And the name of poem is There Does Exist a God. Actually, beta, in this poem, the poet described about the existence of God. You are looking in this universe, each and everything. So this universe and the nature shows the existence of God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is great, and we can't imagine how great His glory is. He is powerful and all-knowing. We can't see Him because He is invisible, but He is present around us in each and everywhere. So in this poem, we will read about the existence of God. First, I will read the poem. You have to listen it carefully and follow the pronunciation of each and everything. As brain grows up to think, when ages of innocence sink, queries by conscience are asked, you yourself about your task. Who has given my being this birth? By whom was I sent to the earth? There is one whom life owes reward. There does exist a God. It is He who creates and kills. One lives as long as He wills. All lives, all death writes up His pen. If He gives 9, no one lives 10. His own, if His existence man denies, His own actuality He defies. Omnipotent is His sword, there does exist a God. No wind blew when no bird sang. He created all in a big bang. Blue sky, green fields, white fountains. He colored from plains to mountains. He was when no one was. He will be even after rain draws. He holds, who holds His cord. There does exist a God. He smiles at the streams and they flow. He blesses and the warm even can glow. When flowers listen Him talk, they soar. When clouds watch Him smile, they spray. From the being of all things it is adduced. Not themselves, but all have been produced. By the one and the only Lord, there does exist a God. Now, I am going to explain stanza number 1. As brain grows up to think when ages of innocence sink, queries by conscience are asked you yourself about our task. Who has given my being this birth? By whom was I sent to the earth? There is one whom life owes reward. There does exist a God. In the first stanza, the poet says, as we mature, as our mental status mature, so different queries raise in our mind. Which one is right? Which one is wrong? And another questions like, by whom was I sent to the earth? Who made this world? Who created each and everything? So such type of questions shows that the existence of God. Now, in next stanza, it is He who creates and kills. One lives as long as He wills. All lives, all deaths, all lives and all deaths writes up His pen. If He gives 9, no one lives 10. If His existence Man denies his own actuality, he defies. Omnipotent, his sword, there does exist a God. In second stanza, the poet says about the matter of life and death is done by Allah. Each and everything depends on will of Allah. If He wills that persons, that things, that creature will live 10, 9, so no one can survive 10. That is, the all things, each and everything is done by Allah, and the life and death is written by the pen of Allah. So these things always shows there does exist a God. Now in third stanza, no wind blew when no bird sang. He created all in a big bang, blue sky, green fields, white fountains. He colored from plains to mountain. He was when no one was. He will be even after in draws. He holds who holds his God. There does exist a God. In this stanza, the poet describes about the things of this universe. There are different things like blooming of flower, chirping of birds, flowing of streams. Each and everything shows the existence of God. This is the God who gives color from field to mountain. But when there was no one, but God was. And He will be after the end of this world. So the beta, each and everything of this universe, of this nature, shows that the existence of God. Let's move towards the next stanza. This is the last stanza of this poem. He smiles at the streams and they flow. He blesses and warm even can glow. When flowers listen him talk, they soil. When clouds watch him smiles, they spray. From the being of all things it is educed, not themselves, but all have been produced by the one and the only Lord. There does exist a God. You are observing, you are looking the flow of streams, the each and everything, the chirping of birds and other signs which shows the life. This all thing is done by the Allah. Allah is the all-knowing and powerful. He does each and everything is done by the will of Allah. So this shows there does exist a God. Now the poem the explanation of the poem is ended here. I hope students you understood the explanation. One thing I would like to tell you, you can easily understand this all stanza by your observation. Actually, when will you see around us, each and everything shows the existence of Allah. Coming of different season, like winter, and it's turning like winter, summer, spring and autumn, and the formation of day and night. And you can observe this milky sky, milky galaxy. There are numerous stars which is shining, and the sun which gives us heat and light. These all things shows that there is one, there is something which is done by Allah. So Allah is only one and Lord. Okay beta, I hope you understood it very well. Let's move towards the exercise. First you have to write down the meaning of these vocabulary. Number 1, innocence. Number 2, conscience. Number 3, omnipotent. Number 5, defy, then deny. Look at next exercise. You have to do exercise A, B and C. In exercise A, you have to pen down the things around your surroundings. You have to observe and write down in a couplet. The answer you have to write down in couplets. Then next exercise, exercise B and exercise C. You have to write down the answer. There are two questions. You have to write down the answers of these questions in your words. Next exercise, exercise D. Give one rhyming word. Beta, there are few vocabularies, few words, and you have to write down the rhyming word, that is the same sound word. Number 1, think, birth, reward, will, pen, defies, and sang. Now exercises are ended here and the answers of all these exercises are given in PDF. You have to do these all works in your English text copy. Okay beta? Now Allah Hafiz.